everyone, how are you doing today? I hope that you're having an absolutely lovely day. Today I'm back to drinking regular tea. I have a cup of jasmine green tea here, and this is one I got in a Sips by box, which if you haven't heard of Sips by, it's a tea sample subscription box service, so they send you different teas every month to try. This one is from OLLTcompany.com. It's supposed to be an organic jasmine green tea from China, and as far as jasmine green teas go, I think this one's just okay. I like mine to have more jasmine, almost to the point where it's sweet floral, and this one I feel like is kind of an average green tea with a bit of jasmine added to it. So, it's something that I will drink up. I'm not going to throw it away or anything, but it's just not my fave. Today, let's talk about my Pan in Every Palette project. If you haven't heard of it before, it was created by Lady Pans a Lot, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just trying to get at least one pan in all of my palettes, and I'm kind of using this to prepare my collection for pan those eyeshadows that I want to start eventually here. I haven't picked a date for that yet, so I'll keep up with this project until I start that one. But my goal is the palettes that have at least one pan in them are the ones that I'm going to be putting into that project. So I'll probably be continuing this project in conjunction with Pan My Eyeshadows whenever I start that. So let's talk about progress. I have been working on my oldest palettes and just kind of using my newer palettes in my Shop My Stash and things. I really do want to focus on my older palettes first. So I can put up a picture of the Wet n Wild quad that I had put in last time, I believe. And I decided to work on the dark brown shade, stamped crease shade, and I did hit pan in it. You can see from the shape of the pan, I was using it more as an eyeliner. And using it that way, it took me 13 uses to hit pan on it. Has anyone tried the new Walking on Eggshells quad, the Wet n Wild release? They have turned this 4-pan into a 5-pan. I'm curious to know how the formulas compare. I still think this one is decent, especially at the drugstore. So anyway, I'm going to be moving this palette out since I do have a pan in one of the shades now, and this little quad is now eligible for my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. The second palette I was working on was my Going Coconuts palette, and I was working on one of the mattes in here, which I knew was going to be difficult. I'll put up a picture of how it looked last time, and then I'll put up a picture of how it's, or a video rather, of how it's looking now. You can see I have a pretty decent size dip in it, and that is after 33 uses. So this will definitely, if I continue on this one, it will take me quite some time to hit pan. But where I'm at with it currently, I'm kind of tired of working on that shadow, and honestly after 33 uses it looks nice and well loved, which is honestly the whole point for me of this project. So I think I'm gonna move on from that shade, but I still want pan in this palette. So I'm thinking I might move on now to one of the shimmers. I'm trying not to blind you. I love the shimmers in this palette. Honestly, I could probably use any of those three and be happy. This one I feel like is a bit more glam. That's the shade De Coco. It's beautiful, but I don't necessarily need to work on a glam shade like that right now. This shade Cocoa Crush is one of my favorite shades in my entire stash. Let me just swatch it for you. It is really reflective, but it's a beautiful, it's kind of a tone that's hard to describe because it's so neutral and yet warm, but not too warm, kind of peachy, but also beigey, but also a little pinky. Like, it's kind of hard to nail down what that shade is. So I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna work on that shade, Cocoa Crush, or this very light one up here called Palm Reader. I'll swatch that for you too. Okay, so Palm Reader, it's just a light inner corner shade. I haven't decided what I want to do. All I know is that I want to move on from this shade. Lovely Bunch was really nice. I used it a ton. I mean, I think I said 33 times in my crease, and then honestly I used Shredded quite a bit as well. You can see the little bit of a dip going in there, and I would use that just on my lid, and I really enjoyed that for just a soft matte look. But I'm not going to roll this palette out yet. I'm going to keep it out, to keep working on it. This next palette I'm going to talk about, I wasn't sure if I was going to even put it in this project. For a while I told myself I wasn't going to, but I do think I want to get some good use on it. So this is one of the Kaleidos palettes. This is the Futurism 5 Electro Turquoise. Majority of the shades in here are not everyday shades for me. This is one of my fun, I would call it like a playtime palette, but it is getting to be one of my older palettes. The only shade in here that I would be okay using every day is this brown, and I would use that as an eyeliner shade. So that's what I think I'm gonna do with this palette. I'm gonna roll it in specifically for this shade to use as an eyeliner shade. And if I reach 30 uses and have not hit pan on it yet, I will consider that shadow well loved, and I don't need to hit pan on it. But I'm thinking I should be able to, But then again, I don't know. I've never tried to hit pan on a Kaleido shadow before, but I'm excited to start working on that shadow on a daily basis. Again, sorry, I'm trying not to blind you, like have to hold it at an angle. So these two palettes are the ones I'm going to be working on. I'm not sure about the next update for this project, if I will be just merging this in with Pan Those eyeshadows, or if I will be having another update specifically for this project. So keep your eyes peeled. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for following along with this project. I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye.